terrible. All right, we can do this. So then we're gonna have this buckle right here. I mean, I say this now. We haven't started hiking yet. Get this going. Then we'll have the bear spray. Leave it here like that, so it's ready to grab at all times. And then rain fly will most likely be on, but I can also just like hook it like that. I may hook it probably behind me somewhere, so it's not like I have a ton of stuff hanging here. But this is the setup, guys. Here we go. All right, so we are at the beginning of the hike right now, and I'm pretty pumped. So let's see, where to even begin? Switch my hands over. There we go. So when I was parking, the guy that checked me in for parking, I went to go talk to him again really quick just to figure out, let's get a back shot of that, to figure out when the gate closes or whatever. Not that it matters, I guess I can get out whenever. But he literally was like, I think you're crazy. And I'm like, what? And he's like, okay, so we're about to take the West River Trail, as recommended by Neil, the other person that works here that I just met, that was definitely had more comforting words for me than the other guy. But yeah, he literally was like, I think you're crazy. And I'm like, for what? Coming out here? And he didn't say anything. I'm like, for coming out here by myself? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, alrighty, sir, calm down, I'm fine. But yeah, Neil was a lot more comforting. He told me where I should camp and told me where I'd be arrested if I camped, which I was not exactly keen on that information. Gave me some details about some of the grade on the trail that I should be considerate of. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Cried for most of the drive up here, to be honest, for many reasons. I didn't realize how much I was bringing with me to this adventure this weekend, but I have a lot to reflect on. There's not a lick of service out here, so there'll be ample reflection time with a little distraction. God, it's beautiful out here, holy crap. All right, well, I'm gonna conserve my battery, so see ya. Here we are. I think I'm going up to Wedgebrook Cascades to check the mappy. So this is my setup so far. It is officially getting dark. Got our bug net. Everything in there. I'm nervous, but I'll be okay. Hello. So I am in my hammock. I think it's about 8 p.m. I'm all snuggled up in my sleeping bag. I only had a Cliff Bar for dinner. I was honestly too scared to cook. By the time I finished setting up camp, the sun was setting, and I just went and put my bear bin somewhere, and I was like, I'll stuff my face tomorrow in the daylight. Because that's how it be sometimes. Or at least the first few times. I wish I brought a book. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Probably gonna write on my notepad on my phone for a while. See if I have anything on there I can access without service. Because there's no service out here. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just excited for daylight. I'm at a designated camp spot along the trail. I'm right near Wedgebrook Cascades Lookout. No one else is here that I know of. Just kidding. It's scary. Let's not be like that. I need to meditate, I think. I wonder if Headspace will work without service. Probably not. I'll have to do my own guided meditation. Really miss Doja. At least I'm warm. That's like a plus. I did put on like my long johns before, which was like really weird being like in my underwear in the woods as it was getting dark, but I had to switch over, and I'm so glad I did because I'm like honestly still shivering. I probably should have changed my top, but I was like being lazy, kind of. It's so quiet out here. Alright. Wish me luck. So we made it through the night. There's some bird out there chopping away, chirping away. I slept a lot more than I expected to be honest. I'd credit that to the fact that I was actually like really warm. It really helped to have the underquilt, the long johns, this coat on by Columbia, so it's like an outer waterproof shell, and then there's an inner like fleece insulated lining. It's amazing. It was worth the money 100%. And then obviously this Kelty Cosmic down comforter, or not comforter, sleeping bag that's rated to 2 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's the tested lower limit. Tested comfort limit I think is like 17 degrees. Not sure how cold it got here last night. I have no service. Maybe I can check on my GPS thing. I don't know if it does temperature. I don't know. But yeah, no service. So I literally was just like typing away on my phone all night, which maybe resulted in some nice writing that I wouldn't have been able to do if I had service. I did have to get out of my Eno and pee at one point, which wasn't as scary as I previously would have thought. Like, my first time backpacking in the Catskills, I was like, heck no, I'm not getting out of my Eno once I get in it. This time I was like, no, you're going to the bathroom. Peeing your pants is not an option. Not that I peed my pants last time, but like, I'm not gonna lay in here and be uncomfortable. It's just ridiculous. And my first, well, I have like a rule when I'm like sleeping outside. I've only done it, let's see, the Catskills, Kings Island, and now here in the 80K. I've only, oh, another weird bird out there or something. So the rule is, when you commit to going to sleep, do not check the time until daylight emerges. I did end up checking the clock a little bit ago at 5:55, which it was still dark out, but I was like, oh my god, I've gone through like 25 dream cycles, like it's been forever, it must be morning. And luckily it was morning, just not light, but it was good enough for me. It's starting to lighten up out there, but it's pretty windy, it's raining. Not in exciting circumstances to wake up to when you're planning on summiting peaks, so I may have to change up the game plan a bit. Also, I'm like starving, considering I only had a Cliff Bar last night. Your girl needs to eat. Like, I'm like so tapped out, like I need food. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to cook with no issues, because I really want that skillet breakfast with coffee. And yeah, I want to cook like here at my campsite under my rainfly, but I know it's like not a good idea to cook where you camp, so I might go down to the Wedgebrook Cascades if it's not too long of a walk, so I can refill my water supplies, eat down there with a nice view, even though it's totally gloomy weather, and then come back up here and decide what I want to do. I wish I brought a book, honestly. Like, the isolation is a little much, to be honest. I would say that I'm pretty good at being alone, but this is like different. This is like alone with no service, which is, I know it's gonna be good for me, but it's a little bit hard. But yeah, so the dreams that I had last night, oh my god, they like too closely overlapped with like my current scenario being in my hammock. Like, it was quite unsettling. At times I could barely decipher if what was happening was a dream or my waking life. Yeah. And then eventually, as I went through many cycles of that, I started dreaming about stuff that was unrelated, but equally unsettling. I think one dream, I was like losing all my hair, and I'm just like, what is going on? So we've arrived at the morning, and I don't know how it's gonna go yet, but we shall see. I'm about to make some coffee. I have my grounds and my coffee rocket, and then we're gonna stick this right on there. More even surface. And then we got breakfast skillet, peak refuel. Now we're gonna set this up. So we'll take this stuff out of here. Aluminum cup. That there for now. Fuel source. Here, maybe it looks better. Make sure this is off. Uneven, not a great surface. So we're gonna let it sit. I think it's good. So now I am enjoying my Peak Refuel breakfast. Saw a few people already this morning. I was kind of surprised. Pretty good, honestly. I might have put too much water in here because I only used half the pack, but hitting the spot. Nothing like a hot meal. Oh, wrong one. My hot coffee. Waterfall view. Can't get this anywhere. Can't even get this at a restaurant usually unless you pay like $1 bajillion. Despite the cost of my gear, I'm here for free. I think that's pretty legit. Me after like 10 sips of coffee, like everything's fine. Yeah, I've kind of decided to take my eyes off the prize in terms of, you know, getting up here to just bag a bunch of peaks. And I'm just gonna enjoy this experience and being an outdoorsy little lady. Because it's like really fun when you slow down and appreciate it and you're not like, let's summit. It is so easy to get off trail here though. with all the leaves on the ground, with it being fall. It's just like, one second you're on the trail, next second you're like, is this the trail? And if you're asking yourself, is this the trail? It's probably not the trail. But they do have the trails really well marked so far, which is nice. So, yeah, I'm gonna finish my breakfast, move on with my life. So, bye-bye! Literally the only song that came on so far without any cell service. Kind of digging it. So I've cleaned up my campsite. I decided to bring everything with me. Yes, I'm a lunatic. I don't know how this is gonna go. I assume we'll be taking many breaks. I just feel like I'd rather have all my gear with me. So since I started backpacking, something that I do every time that I leave my campsite is I stand in front of my campsite and I just thank it for taking good care of me and providing a welcoming place to camp. So I'll say it again. Thank you, campsite. You have been wonderful. And maybe I'll see you again on this trip or another time in another day, whatever the words are. Here we go. Woo! Shit. We good, we good. Yo, carrying this bag was some psycho shit. I'm literally dying. I keep telling myself to dig deep and that I'm fucking awesome and I can fucking do this. And yeah, I need to figure out where I'm going because the trail splits. So we're ascending Lower Wolf Jaw right now. Oh my god, I'm dying. Ooh, who's that? So this is the summit of Lower Wolf Jaw on the 80K 46ers. It was a very steep and muddy, wet, slippery. Hands, poles, feet, tree limbs were used to propel my body up this mountain. And oh my god, the way down is gonna be something else, that's for sure. I don't even know if I'm gonna do Upper Wolf Jaw. I've heard that other people have done it. Mixed reviews, especially with this weather. Like, as you can see, like, this is not like sweat, like some of it might be, but this is like rain. Like, it's been raining and it's wet and foggy. Here we are though at the signs right here. So I think I'm gonna have a little snacky poo and then build up the audacity to figure out how I'm gonna go down and then figure out what I'm gonna do after that. Not really sure yet. Cause like, what am I gonna do? Like, sit at my campsite for the whole day if I just go back and set up? I don't know. Maybe I can find somewhere else to camp and just explore like the lower elevation. I really don't know yet. Like, now that I have this pack off, my mentality is kind of like, we can do more. But it's like, Sydney, don't push yourself. Alright, we'll do a check-in vid. So this is night number 2 in the Adirondacks, solo camping in my Eno. Yes, I am literally snugged up in this Kelty Cosmic sleeping bag. I've never felt more human in my life. And by human, I mean extremely sweaty. I don't really know how to describe this odor. It's that comes about after a long day of hiking, where it's not necessarily BO, but it's like, I don't know, your soul leaking out of every orifice of your body, basically. I think the hardest thing about this, night number 2, and it was last night too, is just being, I wouldn't say bored, because I'm like very much on high alert. I just don't know what to do with myself. I wrote on my notepad for a bit. Now I'm literally just listening to the rain. It's like 8 p.m. Probably try to fall asleep by 9 p.m. That's when I'll commit to not looking at my clock anymore. I'm really upset because on Headspace I was at like 140 something days of meditating every day in a row, and I didn't have any service, so I couldn't connect and couldn't get credit for meditating, but I swear I meditated today. I'm gonna have to start keeping my own log and just let go of that mini disappointment that I'm not gonna get the 180-day badge. It was so close. Me, like, I wonder if I can call customer service. I'm so excited to go home and be with Doji. I had some plans for tomorrow. I was considering summiting Indian Head. So that's only like 2,600 feet. Not a bad hike, I imagine. I don't know. See how the bod feels in the morning. Woo! Because then I can go and peek out the Gothic window and some other things that are, past that mountain. But I just don't even know if I'm up for that. I feel like every time I have coffee in the morning after this type of experience, I'm like, let's go. But I may be tapped out. I may just want to beetle bop it back to the car, because that's going to be a long walk in itself. I have to try to map that out, honestly. Just have nothing else to do. So, and I got my period when I got to my campsite. So, my tampon expires at between 3 and 4 a.m. I mean, that's like a 9 to 10 hour hold time. And there's a bug in here, and it looks like a skeeter, and I'm going to have to kill it with my bare hands. It's like, who am I? Just kidding, I would do that anyway. Let it live for now, unless it bites me. Might be what is a skeeter? I don't know. Who cares? But anyway, I really don't want to get out of my Eno in the pitch black and have to change out a tampon. I mean, I have all my stuff in here with me, anticipating that I'm going to have to change my tampon. But it's just like, why do I have to have a reliable cycle? Said no one ever. What else is going on? Not much, honestly. Yeah. Just waiting patiently until morning, I guess. I would play music on here, but I don't know. I'm weird about making too much noise at my site. All right, we made it to the morning. Actually, by the time daylight started to peek out, I was like, no, let me sleep longer. I slept like a baby. B-A-B-Y. Mostly that occurred after my tampon change out at like 12:30 in the morning, which was not as bad as I anticipated. It was very eerie out here. But once I survived that fiasco, I was like, all right, Sydney, there is nothing to worry about. You rest your little eyes. And oh, I did. I did have a nightmare or two that involved this exact scenario, which was a little bit, but still, it was not getting away of restful sleep. I'm almost sad that this is marking the end of the journey. Gonna clean up soon, grab my bourbon, cook some breakfast and some coffee, and then decide what to do. Either I'm gonna take a nice walk back because it's 6 miles back. So I'm either gonna do a 6-mile walk back. I could take the lake road, boring. I'd probably gonna take the Gilbrook Trail back that I took here because it hits some really nice riverbeds or brook beds, whatever you want to call it. Or I could do Indian Head Mountain and catch nice view, but I don't know. It's like raining again, so I don't know if there's a view to catch. But I really want to hit the Gothic window and some of the outlooks that are over there and see Lower Ossable Lake. But we'll see how I'm feeling once I clean up. And once I slide my pack on, I may be like, oh, fuck it, let's get out of here. But I don't know. I just dug my cat hole, which was tremendously difficult. I swear this place is just made of roots, like roots on roots on roots, which nothing wrong with that, but very difficult to dig. So I dug what I could, packed out my wipes and all that Gucci stuff. And yeah, we're feeling good. We're feeling light, honestly. TMI, I know. Yeah. I'll let you go. Bye-bye. Landmark. So it's always important when you go and hide your bear bin that you do it in a spot where you're gonna remember where it is. I won't lie, I did not go as far as 150 feet from my campsite, but frankly, I don't know, I was not feeling that worried about it. There she is. I can't even tell you how creative we're getting with the camera holds right now. I literally have my phone snuggled in the hood of my bag to look up at me. I just wanted to share my coffee rocket. So I have this little to-go cup. It's super lightweight. This is the coffee rocket. I just stick it in here. And then you have the lid, and that's like how you transport it. And then when you get ready to go do your coffee, you take it all out. This comes out actually. Set this aside. It has little legs that come out like that. And you put your coffee grounds in there. And then you're going to put it like that on the cup. And it rests really nicely. And then you put this part in here. And so you have your coffee grounds in here, and then you pour your hot water up in this funnel area, and then it literally is like drip coffee. Pretty legit, isn't it? Yeah, we just saw some hikers go by. It's like me. Me like starved for human attention. Like, come stay a while, I'll make you coffee. We only have one cup, but we can share. Just kidding, I didn't say that, but I was like so thrilled to see other people. This is like the first real time I've sat down besides sitting in the Eno, which would be laying, because I didn't have a chair and everything's been soaking wet because it's been raining the whole weekend. So I literally just stretched out my rain cover that's on my bag so that it's still underneath my bag, but there was like just enough space for me to plant my little butt down. Well, off to make coffee. See ya. Probably gonna listen to some music, actually. It'd be nice to hear another voice that isn't my own. Clearly it's windy. That's always good, right? We'll give this a go anyway. Woo! There we go. Alrighty, so I'm not having breakfast here. I'm just gonna have my coffee at my campsite and then clean up and then probably have breakfast at a cooler spot. But I am gonna try this mint chocolate chip Mountain House ice cream bar. Ice cream for breakfast, woo! So do I even need the energy? No. Haven't even had the coffee yet. Can you believe it? Oh my, it's wrapped just like an ice cream sandwich. What kind of world is this? Oh my god, it looks just like one too. Yummy! I like it. $140 cows, boo-boo. Okay. Very messy. I'm glad I'm not staying at this campsite tonight. Oh my god, I definitely have boogers in my nose. Oh well. Oh my god, this is so good. I wanted to get my first sip of coffee. Sorry, I still have like ice cream, freeze-dried ice cream sandwich in my throat. Because I know that I'm always especially happy after the first sip. Oh. Doesn't get better than this. And the fact that I can access music right now with no service, so clutch. Oh my god. Can't even tell you what music does for the soul once like you've literally been alone for this long. Ooh. It came from deep one down under. Excuse me. Alright, we'll go now. We'll go. Bye-bye. Alrighty. So we are cleaning up the camp. I am very sad. I am pretty lit off of 1 cup of coffee and the freeze-dried ice cream sandwich bar. If I wasn't already lit before just from a good night's sleep, here we are. So let's take one last good look at it. It is currently raining, so I have all my stuff under here. I have my phone charging up with my awesome BioLite battery bar. Look at that, I still have 3 bars on there. And I've charged up my phone, I think twice. Charged up the GoPro, probably twice at least. Yeah, we're getting ready to take this sucker down. Then we're gonna decide what to do next. We're at a designated campsite. This campsite is actually pretty awesome. And just look at my setup in here. We got the Eno lights. Here, I'll come around back. There is a fire pit here, but we did not use that. There is a resident chipmunk or chipmunks that are very vocal when I showed up here last night, and very vocal when they sensed that I was awake. Kind of remind me of Doja. It's kind of comforting. But in here we have our bug net. And then we have this Cool light. So it's always like, I literally just hit the button until it starts like giving me the colors that I want. So there we go. Now we got the color changing light effect in here. So yeah, I was straight vibing before I went to bed. Even though I really missed my cat, Doge, and I really wanted to go home. I'm at the point again where I'm like, we could do a third night. If I took Monday off from work, yeah, I would do a third night, because it's pretty legit. And I still have like plenty of food. And my Grail water bottle, legit. I've literally refilled this baby like at least 5 times on this trip. And I've had reliable water sources like this whole way, like the Adirondacks, plush with water, like just absolutely plush, if that's the right word. I'm kind of sad that I have to go back and re-enter real life, and then I have to actually have phone service and like respond to people on that type of basis. I feel like every time I come out here, I become like way more in tune with like myself and just the power of like face-to-face human interaction and being a real person. Like I'm just getting so much more comfortable in my own skin, and it's weird to say that that's happening through being alone out here, but it really emphasizes what matters when you're out here by yourself, and when you're, you know, carrying like a 35 to 40 pound pack on your back, you're just like, anything goes out here. And I will be hiking in my long undies today, all the way back. I don't even care. And my Savannah Trail pants, which I'm obsessed with because of all the pockets and the looseness of it. So legit. Best buy ever from REI. I loved having all the pockets and being able to put all my stuff in there that I needed, like my car keys, my wallet, emergency whistle, compass. I had like literally 3 different ways of navigation. Like there was no fucking way I could get lost out here. Had like my Garmin hooked up onto my pants. Had the knife slid in the side. Even had a pocket for my phone if I wanted to do that. My butt hurts, like right above my, like where the bubble of your butt comes out. I forget what that's called. Must have been from the endless stair workout up the fucking mountain yesterday with a fucking like 35 pounds on my back at least. I swear it must have been 40. I can't wait to weigh my pack when I get home just to know what I dealt with. Me like massaging my own thigh like Oh, I totally like fucked up my leg yesterday because I like fell and like dragged my shin on like a bed of roots. Like these roots are slippery. Look at all of them. They will get you. Alrighty, well, gotta go. Bye. Me, like, can't stop with the videos and the photos. I thought I would make a funny little rendition of MTV Cribs outdoor style. So, we're walking up on my crib. We're at the campsite on Gilbrook Trail, located near Indian Head Mountain. We're at a designated campsite. Here's my yard. Lots of tripping hazards. We got some benches if I were to have company. Got a fire pit if it weren't soaking wet out here and I was a fire tender, which I'm not. So now we're walking up on my crib. Right now we got our hiking poles. We're about to clean up the site actually, so we got all my stuff under here because it's raining. So yeah, let me take you inside my crib. Let's go. Alrighty. So we got the flashing Eno lights, you know, for the ambiance. You gotta get in the mood, right? Here, I don't want to trip on my gear, so I'm gonna zip on under. It's pretty spacious under here. You know, if it was pouring rain and I wasn't sleeping, I could be like. But we got our nice bug net by Eno. This is a Pro Fly rain tarp by Eno as well. Flashing lights, Eno. Here, let me whip around the other side real quick. Alrighty. So yeah, we got our Guardian bug net. You got a nice zipper combination, so you could do, you know, one of two things, or whatever. And then we enter it. We got our underquilt, Ember Underquilt by Eno. We got this really beautifully designed Eno hammock, double nest. And then we got our Kelty Cosmic sleeping bag. Pretty spacious. Smells like I slept in here, because I did. And usually I have this little Moji light that is hanging up in here. It's like, looks like this. We can get the light going. It's always a mystery of how it works. Sure, one day I'll figure it out. There we go, we got the color changing effect. So yeah. Thanks for coming to my crib. I hope that you guys enjoyed the tour. Nothing pisses me off more than rolling up my sleeping bag. Like, this gets the attitude going, that's for sure. Like, I am sweating. Like, this is my least favorite part about camping, is the roll-ups. Because you're like, how the fuck is this gonna fit in the bag? Luckily, this sack, this stuff sack, is really stretchy. So it makes it a little bit easier on me. I'm probably not making it any easier by being like, let's take a video of it. Awesome sleeping bag though. I was very warm. There we go. Like a professional. Huge though. Home of the chipmunk, that tree. So we've arrived at that time again where it's time to say farewell and thank you to the lovely campsite. Thank you for hosting. Thank you for keeping me safe. I appreciate the feasible Eno trees. Until we meet again. Love you. And to all the mushrooms, I love you even more. Alright, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna hit Indian Head and then make my way back because I'm a straight up lunatic. Once I get past Indian Head and get some rest time, I'm gonna have breakfast, coffee, re-up, and then I'm gonna head back. Well, this will be a fun one. It's hard to tell how steep that is, but it's pretty steep. We are so close to the top though. That's the staircase that they built. Pretty fucking awesome that they built that. Alright, so we've arrived at North Outlook. You ready for this? Oof. Man. Hello, hello. Something else. here we are at Indian Head. Isn't that something? We made it! One last tiger stretch. Ooh. Oh my god. That was like check-in. I couldn't even find the words. I am like bummed that it's over, but I am so, it's on my face. I am so relieved that it's over. Like my feet aching, my back. Don't even know how to explain what state my back is in. My feet feel so good in the tubs right now, no doubt about it. I really want to go get a beer. That's going to be my next thing. Once I get service, I'm going to go find beer somewhere. Just one. Just one moderate cup of beer. Okay, bye.